the street beat.
On the street with Michael Stovall.
On the street beat.
Woo! Boy, we're having a ball here today. It's Michael Stovall reporting for Channel 17 News, and we are at the Winter Park Resort for their throwback to the 80s weekend. And, we're just walking around trying to find out some information. Let's go see what we can find out about the 80s. Dean, how you doing today?
Oh, real well. I'm Captain Ski Bum, and I just love skiing here at the park.
Well, Captain Ski Bum, you look like you would know something about the 80s. What can you tell us about the 80s?
The 80s, well, I can't remember that stuff because I was pretty well out of it at that time. Oh, yes, you remember that stuff.
One saying that I've heard before, if it wasn't for flashbacks, I would have no memories.
Well, they say old firefighters just never die. We just fade away.
Well, we have another question that we're trying to get answered, having a little bit of trouble with it, though. When do the deer turn to elk?
That's a tough call. It depends on mom and dad.
Mom and dad.
Yeah, the deer's mom and dad. They might have an elk for a father and a deer for a mother.
So maybe when it's the deer for a mother, it takes a little longer to turn to an elk rather than having the elk for a mother.
It could be. It depends on, are they bull or are they a doe? That's kind of weird, isn't it? Oh, my God, I wouldn't want that.
No.
All I would like is the big racks.
The big racks, yeah.
The big racks.
Big racks. So what can you tell us about the 80s here at Winter Park Resort?
I know that people get dressed up in fluorescent clothing at the end of the year and party.
Party, and more party. Party. You know what I remember about the 80s?
What's that?
Lift tickets were $22. $22 for a lift ticket. What can you tell us about the 80s?
37 Grateful Dead shows.
37 Grateful Dead shows. And how many of those 37 Grateful Dead shows do you actually remember?
4.
Four Grateful Dead shows. So it makes you think, do the other 33 really count? Where do they put the Moguls in the summertime?
Oh, I don't know. I guess they probably store them in some sheds. Probably over there in like the Zephyr Bottom Shack.
There's
enough room down there to probably fit them all.
Yeah, you could be right. You could be right.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Best guess. That's my best guess.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too. We are trying to figure out what it was like skiing in the 80s.
Well, man, it was sex, drugs, and rock and roll, man. It was the best thing that's... Well, man, it was sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
The 80s. I remember zits and parachute pants.
Parachute pants.
Parachute pants, purple with lots of zippers. It was sick. It was really bad. What happens to the Moguls in the summertime?
Well, they pretty much become like igloos.
Igloos.
Yeah. You can go and go hang out inside.
That's cool. Very interesting. Very interesting synopsis. Moguls, igloos. Igloos, Moguls.
Birth control pills were just coming into vogue, and it ain't the same around here like it used to be.
Stupid. He knows what happens to the Moguls after the wintertime. Bob?
Moguls, they go into hibernation every summer, protect themselves for the following winter, then they come out bigger and stronger every year. So it's a hibernation factor. They go hibernate and they come back in the winter, starting in November.
Hibernation. I like that. Come on over here. You don't walk away from me.
Is this all you have to do today?
This is all I have to do for the next 10 minutes.
It was just a different environment back in the 70s. I'd take it back anytime.
Continuing on our quest, looking.
On the street with Michael Stovall.
The street beat.
We're here at the Winter Park Resort, and it is a beautiful, beautiful bluebird day. Not a cloud in the sky. And we're just out, just kind of messing with people, seeing what we can find out. Our question of the day is, who is Mary Jane? So we're going to walk around, try to find some colorful people, and find out who they think Mary Jane is. Let's go. I wonder if you can answer a question for me. Who is Mary Jane?
Ooh. Am I allowed to answer that on TV?
Well, yeah, go for it, man.
Mary Jane, I guess, was the lady that did so that's how she got that side of the mountain, right?
Mary Jane was my mom, and she's hot, and I love her.
Mary Jane is hot.
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 Hi, Mom! I missed you!
Who was Mary Jane?
She was the one of the original, the head guy at the town of Arrow. It was he gave her a bunch of land, and she actually inherited a bunch of this land from him because she was.
It's wrong. It's wrong. She actually drove a bulldozer, and well.
Moguls. Moguls. What happens to the moguls? Where do they store moguls in the summertime?
We ship them off to Texas in a large storage facility.
You know, that has to be the correct answer. That is the best answer that I've gotten all day. The best. Congratulations. You win the big prize.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Can I put down TV? What? Yep, down. I even lost my skirt, Mom. I'm naked.
We have just witnessed the grossest, I mean, I almost puked. Where do they store the moguls in the summertime?
Back behind the bar.
The moguls go to Canada. Canada, those Canucks. Yes, that's what we just got. So we've had Texas and Canada. I guess there's enough moguls to go around, you know, because there's a lot of moguls. What happens to the moguls in the summertime?
Yeah, they put them back in storage.
Snow cowboy. What happens to the moguls in the summertime?
We put them in a warehouse.
Where is this warehouse?
Oh, we can't tell you that.
Now,
Nobody would want them then.
You know, rumor has it it's somewhere in Texas or somewhere in Canada. What do you think?
I think it's in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
And if you flatten out the state of Colorado, it would be bigger than the state of Texas.
Ooh, maybe. Yeah. Oh, no, that's a fact. Who was Mary Jane?
She was a giant bag of grass.
Prostitute.
Prostitute.
I have no idea what happens to them. I guess they just leave. Maybe they fly south.
You know, so we've had such a really good time out here at the Winter Park Resort. We've talked to a lot of people. We've asked some really stupid questions. We've had a really great time. It's getting late, and I think I need to get out and make a few more turns because the resort is closing. So I am out of here.